How's it going? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Boma. I'm an award-winning entrepreneur and community leader, and this channel is dedicated to helping you thrive and succeed here in Canada. In today's video, I am talking about the most high-paying careers for creatives in Canada.
Clap if you care. Clap if you care.
I have made a few videos about high-paying jobs for people in Canada, and they're often science, technology, engineering, and math professions. But one of the comments in that video actually said, can you share some of the high-paying jobs for people who study arts-based degrees? So in this video, I am doing just that because, surprise, it's not only people who study science professions that earn a lot of money in Canada. So if you're curious about what these jobs are, please do me a favor by liking this video and subscribing to my channel, and also sharing this video with any of your friends who are arts majors or more creative types, and let them know that, you know what, there's hope out there. Thanks for doing that, and let's get started. The first job you need to know about is actually being an executive chef. There's so many levels to this. Some chefs only go to school for a few years and are more informal cooks, and then there are, you know, people who are executive chefs who work at hotels and restaurants and places like that who actually have some sort of formalized training. So if you want a job that's actually quite creative and pays quite well, being a chef may be the job for you, and average salaries can be around $80,000. Like I mentioned, you probably have to have some sort of formal education by going to culinary school and then having some experience behind your belt, but executive chefs actually do make pretty good money here in Canada. The next job you need to know about is being an events manager. I know in the past year and a bit of, you know, the panoramic, we're not really thinking about events, but I don't think events managers are really going anywhere. I think maybe their jobs are gonna look a bit different. These are just my opinions. I don't have a degree in events management or anything like that, but I think that in the next little while, events management will be sort of this hybrid where we're gonna have events managers to be, you know, primarily hosting online events. We're gonna need events managers to host, you know, in-person events that are smaller. There's just a lot that we're gonna still need events managers to do. I know we're not really thinking of events right now, but they will be back, and we're gonna need people to actually manage and organize those events. And so an events manager is somebody who is a creative. To be an events manager, some people have, you know, certifications in event planning, but some people are coming from, you know, a variety of fields and just have passion and experience for really flawlessly executing events. And so if you're a person who's passionate about event planning, just so you know, that is an actual legit career in Canada, and events managers could earn, you know, at the minimum, if you're working full-time, $50,000. You could work in a variety of places. You could be working for the government, you could work in a hotel, you could work for events planning company, you could work in nonprofit, you could work in finance, you could work in technology. There's a lot of event managers do, and maybe don't automatically think that the job will say events manager. It may say, you know, customer service, it could say customer happiness, it could say a lot of different things, but at the core is you're creating an atmosphere and creating events for people to enjoy. So check it out. Another job that you need to know about is being an art director. Art directors do a few different things. So they could provide art direction for a university, they could provide art direction for a brand or marketing company, they could provide art direction for a magazine. They have a multitude of roles because people still need art direction in different aspects of life. I mean, I just finished up a campaign with L'Oreal, the Women of Worth Awards, and you know, we had a person who zoomed in from Toronto who was providing art direction for the photo shoot and the video shoot that we were doing, and that's one example of the sorts of things that arts directors do. Or like I mentioned, they could be on a magazine shoot providing, you know, assistance to the photographer and working with the model and things like that. If you're interested in a profession like that, you have to go to art school or design school, and there's lots of schools like that across the country. In a video, I actually provided a link to one of the most affordable art schools in Canada. So I'll put a link up there in the description box. So if you're curious about what it takes to be an art director, just know that their sort of average salaries are from $60,000 to $80,000, which is really not bad as far as arts professions go in Canada. So check it out, art direction. Another job you need to be aware of is being a film and video editor. I know in the world of YouTube, everybody thinks they're a film editor, but you know, there's levels to this.
I'm sorry, I have to be honest about it.
And there's actual film editors who have that as a career, and it's something that you can do on your own independently as a freelancer, or you could work, you know, for a company specializing in video editing. And if you're good at your job, you will be making, you know, somewhere around $60,000 or more, depending on your hustle, if you're working for yourself, if you're working as a freelancer. And in many cases, videographers sometimes are just self-taught and then create a portfolio that people want. I know when I was in university, 2 of my classmates were really passionate about, you know, videography, and they started to do jobs here and there, doing video projects for friends, and then they created their own, you know, videography company, and they go around the country filming events and filming government officials and things like that. So there's a lot of possibilities with videography. You just have to be a bit creative. And the minimum, you can expect to earn around $50-something thousand here in Canada every year. Another job that's very creative in nature that you may not think about is actually being a public relations manager or a public relations officer or a public relations specialist. Jobs in PR actually can pay quite well, and public relations is a very creative field. Of course, you have to have really strong communications and writing skills, but it's a job that, you know, is very suitable for arts-based creative types. And jobs, being a PR manager on average will pay around $70,000 and upwards, even up to $120,000 per year, which is really good. You'll be working with the media, you'll be maybe, I don't know if you've watched Scandal, but you'll basically be putting out scandals. When I think of PR managers, I think they have a pretty fun job. You're not just working with the media and doing press releases and maybe doing some work on social media, but you may have to put out scandals. Like, I don't know if you've watched the show Scandal, but that's a really good example of the fact that, you know, PR spin is really important. And PR managers work in so many aspects of our society. So it could be everything from working with a politician, it could be working in a university, it could be working with a school district, it could be working with a nonprofit. I have a nonprofit and I have a person who's like my communications manager, and she is not a science major. And so that's an example of the fact that, you know, communications people are so useful, especially today where, I don't know, like people's writing skills are maybe not that strong because of social media and texting.
No.
So having a communications manager who's able to really craft really strong messages and really help with like developing a brand identity is such an important role, and I don't see it going away anytime soon because AI is not that great yet. Another job you need to know about is actually being a makeup artist. It's something you don't think about. Makeup artists, it's a job. They're creatives. They have, you know, licensing and things like that. And so being a makeup artist is something that you can do kind of as a side hustle even, or you can transform it into, you know, your own career where you can be your own boss. You could have a studio and you can kind of branch out and offer other complementary services. So makeup artistry, if you're a person who's passionate about makeup, there's lots of, you know, schools and colleges where you can take a course or two to really improve your skills and become a bit more professional in your approach. And you don't have to have a science degree to be a makeup artist. You can even be self-taught and still get clients and do a good job. I couldn't really find specifics about how much makeup artists earn because a lot of it is unregulated. Makeup artists are sort of free to charge as they want to, and also depending on the kind of job. I know, you know, doing makeup for weddings and being a wedding makeup artist is a bit more expensive than being a person who is maybe working for magazines and working with models and things like that. So but being a makeup artist is something that creatives and arts-based people can do, and it's something that you should check out as well. Similarly, marketing managers are really in demand. My sister works in marketing. I may do an interview with her in a few weeks, but marketing managers are really crucial, especially in the age of e-commerce where everything is online, people are shopping online. Brands really want to pay a lot of money to get in front of the customer, and a marketing manager is essentially a person who has all that knowledge to be able to do that. And e-commerce is just one example of the types of things that marketing managers do. A marketing manager could work in a wide variety of industries. I mean, most companies these days have a person who's responsible for marketing The problem with that is that marketing jobs are sort of all over the place in terms of their pricing. I've looked at, jobs across the country, primarily in Victoria, Vancouver, and in Toronto. And some marketing jobs, depending on the industry, maybe it's a nonprofit or a smaller company, could pay you $50,000. And then if you're working in tech, in marketing, you could be making like $120,000. It is a bit strange, but just so you know, marketing jobs are really in demand. And I mean, just scroll down Indeed and you will see so many ads for people who are hiring for marketing positions. So don't sleep on it. Marketing jobs are really, really great right now. That is a list of the highest paying jobs for creatives and arts majors here in Canada. I hope that list was helpful. Let me know in the comments if there are any jobs that I did not mention that are really high paying. I'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. Good luck, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.